Back now on Triad today, and we welcome once again our good friend, Jay Parr, if we can meet Patrick Regan. He is Division Manager, Monitoring and Mobile Services for Triad Air Awareness. Welcome back, Patrick.
Thank you, Jim.
Good to see you. We can't talk too much about pollution and the environment and protecting the environment. That's why I like to have you come on once in a while and just keep us straight on this. But on this particular discussion, I want to hone in on something that, you know, we've never really asked this question about what is pollution, because everybody says, oh, sure, I know pollution. When you think about it, do we really know what it is? So I'm going to ask the basic stupid question, what is pollution?
It's not a stupid question at all. It's actually something that people probably take for granted. And pollution is really just something that doesn't belong. If we're talking about air quality, we're talking about particles or chemicals that just don't belong in the air. And it's as simple as that.
Can apply to streams as well with...
Yes, streams, landfills or garbage debris piles.
People
have
put toxins in streams and things, so you're just saying overall things that don't belong. Now, how does pollution in general affect people?
Pollution can affect people as differently as each person is. What affects you may not affect me. The amount of pollution that affects me may not affect you the same way. But in general, whenever you have too much of a bad thing, that's just not a good course for you. So it can result in difficulty in breathing, burning of the eyes, burning of the throat. Even in severe cases, it can result in death.
Yeah, and I think we need to get over this provincial thing of if it doesn't affect me, I don't care, because I think your job is all about making everybody care. You know, maybe it doesn't affect me, but my next door neighbor gets deathly ill if there's a high pollen count or if there's a high pollution count. So we really all need to be proactive to understand what the potential harm is, right? That's
exactly right. And the one thing that I like to think about is, you know, the elderly populations are typically the ones that are almost always affected, even by a low level of pollution. And I look at it this way: we will all be elderly at some point, and if we can take care of those populations now, then hopefully the next generations coming up will take care of us.
Why did you look at me when you said we'll all be elderly? I'm already there. What about, now this is something that I've always wanted to ask you when you came back to the show, plants. You know, a lot of us love plants. On this very show we're talking about, I have a botanical garden we're going to be talking about. How does pollution affect plants?
A lot of times plants get overlooked, but they are out in the environment 24 hours a day. They have no choice. They can't go inside to protect themselves from unhealthy ozone levels or particle levels. And plants can be the first indicators of high pollution. For example, if you think about the trees on Mount Mitchell, how they've deteriorated over the years because they've been exposed to high levels of pollution. All vegetation can work the same way. Leaves can start to fall off, and you can get irreversible damage on plants.
And we need that oxygen that's produced by plants for us to survive. So it's a big cycle right there, right?
Exactly, yes.
Can you actually, and again, I know I keep asking what I think are these stupid questions, can you see pollution?
That's a tricky question, and yes, you can see pollution, but typically when it gets to levels where you can see it, that's not a very healthy level. And one of the things that we've done at the Forsyth County Office of Environmental Protection is we set up a way that we can see air pollution, and it's through some visibility cameras that are mounted on Sourtown Mountain, and they're pointed at the city, and they help you to kind of see what the air quality is like. The more obscured the horizon when the picture is taken, the more polluted it is.
All right, that's good to know. Let me get a quick question about riding the park buses. How can that help?
Anything that we can do that limits the amount of emissions that are into the environment will always help. And taking vehicles off the road is a good start in that direction.
Absolutely. Before time gets away from us, I want to put up a couple of bits of information. One, of course, is the PART website, because they help make this segment possible. Brent McKinney and his good folks. www.partnc.org has all sorts of information about riding the buses and the schedules, and also has a link over to, I think, Patrick's website, which you can get to directly by going www.triadair.org. And so, Patrick, will you come back and keep us posted on the air quality?
I definitely will.